You know, say Jamaicans are hate pan Sydney. Jamaicans are hate pan Sydney. Because Sydney is facing a backlash because of this beautiful picture right before she have our #1 picnic.
How would I ever sit here and rather not have Damien in my life? Or not?
Listen, me I go do me intro right now. Greetings, greetings. Right now, families and friends, me are telling you the truth. Jamaicans don't like light skin. You organty, and I don't know why, but at the end of the year, me can see them a hate pan Sydney right now because I'm seeing that Sydney is responding to the backlash of her beautiful relationship, the pictures that being posted on the internet. As she reflect right now, being nostalgic, reflecting on Instagram on Bob Marley's birthday, how many Jamaicans come on social media for drag her up online is a shame for publicly reminiscing from the reggae legend that she was on. Her post about the beautiful time that she shared with Bob Marley also seemingly triggered a response from two of his children, Ziggy Marley, Sharon Marley, and two praise Bob's wife and their mother, Rita Marley, for being one in a billion, igniting more gossip. Imagine, amidst the blast, Cindy has been receiving a reportedly new video of the former Miss World has surfaced. The footage show her apparently responding to ongoing criticism. In the video, Cindy can be seen sitting as she shares that she has no regrets about her past relationship with Bob Marley and their child, Damian Marley. Me want enough to hear Sydney a second later. How would I ever sit here and rather, have Damian in my life or not have an awesome relationship that I've had with Bob? I mean, do people understand what is a privilege to be intimate with and excruciating associated with the greatest legend that has been come out of Jamaica in 100 years, she asks. Do they understand what it feels like? What kind of blessing that is? You can't wish that away. Additionally, she indicated that naysayers would have to figure it out and added this long ago because your problem, it is no longer mine. Listen to the video, people, and tell me if you agree with Cindy and let me know if you think that Jamaican just bad mind.
How would I ever sit here and rather not have Damien in my life or not have the awesome relationship that I had with Bob? I mean, do people understand what a privilege it is to be intimately and inextricably associated with the greatest legacy that has come out of Jamaica in 100 years? Do they understand what that feels like? What kind of blessing that is? You can't wish that away.
All right, all over the news
want to take that away from anybody. You're going to just have to stay over there and figure it out. Because this long ago became your problem. It is no longer mine.
Yeah, all over the news, family and friends, all over the news right now is really a disrespect and a shame. Jamaicans are actually trying to disrespect this beautiful woman that represented Jamaica, put Jamaica on the map as far as, winning Miss World. As an article has been surfaced here in the news, that the owner of Spartan Health Club is saying that it is very disturbing of the exclusion of Cindy and Damien Gang from Bob Marley One Love biopic because the owner of Spartan Health Club in Kingston and former head of Miss Jamaica World Beauty Pageant, Mikey Spartan, has hurled some harsh criticism towards much anticipated Bob Marley One Love biopic will premiere today, February 14. And I did not know that. I'm going to give thanks for bringing. Did you know that in the Bob Marley biopic, Sydney and Damian Marley are excluded from the Bob Marley biopic, the One Love biopic, and I want to know why. Mikey, who is also friends with Sydney Breakspear, mainly commented in defense of her and her son Damian Robert Nestor Jr. Gang Marley exclusion from the film in multiple length statements sharing that on a social media. According to the fitness club owner, the movie is not an official documentary on the reggae legend, for he finds it missed out on the key moment of Bob Marley's life. His first of two posts on Facebook. I'm very disturbed by the fact that Cindy and her son Damien were excluded from the current movie on the life of Bob Marley in 1976. Sydney was undoubtedly the most beautiful girl in Jamaica. Indeed, she won the title of Miss Universe, Bikini, and Miss World during that year. Ladies and gentlemen, that is sickening that they did not put the Gang, Junior Gang, and Sydney Breakspear in the movie. Further on in the statement, he stated that reality is that Sydney, at the peak of her beauty, and who had some of Jamaica's wealthiest bachelors pursuing her, chose Bob Marley and paid a high price in her social surrounding. Now, at the time, Bob was not yet a rich international superstar, though he would shortly become one. He concluded by saying, with no disrespect to Rita, it seemed obvious to me that Cindy had replaced Rita as Bob's intimate partner, and that only the music, ultimately Bob's illness and death, terminated the relationship between Sydney and Bob. It is therefore a farce and ridiculous to do a movie that in the life of Bob Marley and excluded Sydney Breakspear and Damian Jr. Gang Marley. It really is absurd. His second statement was more subtle, and he apologized for his previous statement, however, reiterated that Sydney and Damian should have been included in the biopic to make it official. He wrote, so my search on Google listed Zigga, Citadella, and Rita as producer of Bob Marley One Love movies and described it as a family affair. That being the case, it cannot be considered official. A documentary on Bob, it would have been very difficult for the family to include the characters of Sydney in the movie, as no matter how they portrayed her, they would have been open to criticism. He continued, it therefore I sympathize with the family and apologize for my previous strong worded post. I will consider taking it down. I hope I live long enough to see the official Bob Marley documentary, which will surely include Sydney, or maybe there will be a Sydney Breakspear movie including Bob. That's a great idea. An excellent idea, because she could tell her story or even write a book. I find this to be a good statement, a good post. I know some people might be, saying it's bunk, but Mikey Spartan has a point. Because although Bob has passed, Damien and Sydney is still alive, and it's like the rest of them excluded them, even if they didn't know about it or whatever. It's like they're keeping a grudge against Sydney. And Sydney put Jamaica upon the map. Me no care one, no see how no cannot erase that. Jamaicans too bad mind. Remember, Bob's father is white. So what if he like a woman that their complexion is bright? Me love Rita. Rita is a great queen of reggae. But Sydney appeared to have stolen Bob's heart at the end. Sometimes the relationship gets sour. And yes, maybe she was just a side chick. But guess what? She loved Bob. And me can say that. So I did not know. Did you know that Sydney Breakspear and Damian Nestor Jr. Gang Marley was excluded from the One Love biopic depicting the life of the legendary reggae superstar Bob Marley. Leave your comment, ladies and gentlemen, on this if you think it's right. If you think them just hating on Sydney because the white girl come to Jamaica come take away the black picnic. Hi!
So from them mix with the fire, them have to mix with the lightning. Them mix with the lightning, them have to mix with the thunder. Them mix with the thunder, them got to mix with the world. And they so black people, I put the wicked them under. Hey Babylon, me see them a fret and them a wonder. Who flashy like them and who roll the thunder. Deep root flashy like them and him roll the thunder. Babylon, me see that them a panda. Look how much of the youth them well them fret and look how much them put under. How much of the youth them well them send a dove cut ya. Where Babylon the fire burn no longer. Babylon the proofs full of say you can't turn ya. Fire king, Rastaman and a real fire king. Whoa, fire king, Rastafari soldier real fire king. Yeah, balalang bang, akawan yeah.
Pick up Deep Roots TV. Respect. Make sure to tune in. You hear? Every time.